how can critical thinking help with exploratory and scripted testing techniques?
I'm tempted to say it can't. It can't help. Well, except that that's not really true either. It can help with everything, and it cannot help with everything. And that's a very unsatisfactory answer, I realize. It does not necessarily directly help you, certainly with testing techniques, but it can help you select what testing to do. It can help you decide which techniques are appropriate in a given space, and to deal with a given testing problem. I think that's probably the best way in which it can help in relation to that question, typically. But also, where do you go in an application? What do you believe about an application? Because critical thinking is about asking questions, and the application may pretend that it does certain things, but you are asking critically whether it actually does those things. And you are informing your exploratory and your scripted testing, in fact, whatever testing you do, by the questions you want to ask of the software to have it show you whether, in fact, it does those things, or does those things badly, or doesn't do those things at all.
I find I've used, well, I'm assuming, I mean, you tell me, whenever I'm trying to figure out how to test a thing, and I'll be talking to people on the team, and we're gathering ideas, and somebody might say something like, you can use two extremes. We definitely need to test that, or we definitely do not need to test that.
Yes.
At that moment, I don't know, spidey sense, tester sense gets triggered. Is that critical thinking at that point? Because then I'll start saying, well, what makes you say that? That's interesting. Where did that come from? Is that critical thinking at that point?
I think it is. And one of the most important benefits of critical thinking, and the most important jobs of critical thinking, is to question seeming certainties.
Okay.
Things that people believe, that you yourself believe, that may not in fact be true, or may not in fact be useful in this case. Well, the typical, well, here's the one we've all heard. It's only 3 lines of code, and you really don't need to test it. I would have.
Oh, I love that one. That is actually one of my favorites, actually.
And it's such an old, a goldie oldie. It's been around for 40 years. So.